Hi, audience. So today we have Ishika with us. Ishika is studying her BA program in Political Science and History from Hindu College, University of Delhi. And Ishika is also an active member of English Debating Society of her college. So welcome to Education View 360, Ishika.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a pleasure.
Right. Ishika, so moving on to our first question, please tell our students, since you are doing your BA program in political science and history, if you could talk about the curriculum of political science as well as history term wise or semester wise.
All right. So BA program offers a very holistic understanding of, let's say, two disciplines that you elect, two papers that you select for yourself. One, so I chose history and political science. With regards to political science, semester wise in semester one, we did introduction to political theory, wherein you get knowledge about various theories of justice, equality, rights, citizenship by various political philosophers. Thereafter, in the second semester, we studied Indian governmental politics, which is basically about the constitution, fundamental rights, and how Indian polity basically works. In the semester three, we studied about comparative government and politics, wherein you compare democracies with monarchies and different forms of governments and political systems that exist. After that, in the semester after that, we did international relations. So in that, you studied relations between different countries and how they have evolved over time. And currently, I'm in my fifth semester in the third year, and we are studying public administration, public policy. And I think that in the next semester, which is semester six, we'll be probably studying about globalization or democracy and governance. I think these kinds of topics. With regards to history, in semester one, we did history from the earliest times up to 300 CE. In second semester, we're moving forward chronologically. So we did 300 to 1200. Then in semester three, 1200 to 1700, which is medieval India. In semester four, we did 1700 to 1950, which is your modern Indian history. In semester five, currently, we are doing issues of the 20th century in the world history. And probably in the sixth semester, we'll be doing issues in the 20th century world history, part two. So that is the basic curriculum that goes with this.
Right. Right. So thank you for talking in detail semester wise. Now, Ishika, this year, if we look at the admission trends in a BA program or honors, political science emerged to be a very, very popular course, followed by a BA program, political science. So, can you talk about the difference between political science honors and political science program?
So, basically, the core difference between the two is that in the honors course, you have more number of papers. So basically, it's a more in-depth and intensive studying of the subject. And basically, it involves more papers like when I told you about the curriculum of BA program, more or less these papers are also there in honor course. But beyond that, there are several other papers about Indian political philosophers and more about Constitution of India or like the constitutional philosophy and all of that. So basically, it's a more in-depth study and it gives you a specialization in that subject, which can definitely be suitable if you're wanting to pursue higher studies, if you have decided particularly that you want to go into academia. So it is definitely going to help you to give in-depth knowledge, and master's is going to become a little easy for you.
Definitely, right. So same would be the case with history honors and history program course. Right. So we take it that that is more in depth, and this one is you have almost similar papers, but not as many as you have in the honors course. Right. Now you are also an active member of English Debating Society. So which are the popular societies in your college, and how do these societies help students get either placements or maybe in their personality development? Just elaborate a bit on that.
So societies are the major part of your college life. So beyond your department, beyond being in the classes, people are found to be in activities associated with the societies. So like in particular, if you can talk about my experience. So I was an active member until the first and second year of my college. And like currently, I'm not a very active member. I've left the society because I'm preparing for an examination that requires more time commitment. But while I was in the society, there's so much exposure in the English debating society. You go to several colleges, you interact with so many people, you socialize so much. So it gives you a lot of knowledge about how people think, what are different thinkings that people have. It gives you a lot of awareness, in particular about the debating society. But beyond debating society, also Ibtida, the drama society of Hindu College, is also very famous. And the same benefits, exposure, socialization, personality development, that definitely is a plus one which societies give you. And it's a must have. If you are in a college and you can have that sort of opportunity, can have that sort of opportunities and exposure, you should definitely be a part of any society in college. There is a dancing society, Srija. There's several societies. There's a placement cell, there's an internship cell, there's a caucus, which is a discussion forum. I think any kind of co-curricular interest that you might have, the college will have a society associated to that. So basically, you should just go ahead and participate and capitalize on any opportunity that college can give you to develop a holistic personality.
Right, very right. Now, Ishika, I wanted to come to a point. Most of the time, students are opting for honors course. But when I've interviewed a lot of students and BA program students have invariably told me that the curriculum helps them a lot in preparation towards UPSC exam. Since you are preparing for your UPSC exam, tell me, how does the BA program curriculum help you in preparation for this exam? And do you feel, had you taken up honors course, that would have been more helpful?
So, with regards to UPSC, it requires you to be a generalist rather than a specialist. So, this is what a BA program as a course offers you. It offers you diversity to study different subjects, and it gives you an overview of several subjects. So, beyond history and political science, you also study environmental science, and then you have several options of for example, in the second year and the third year as well, you have an option of getting a skill enhancement course wherein you can choose either of your discipline subjects to have further knowledge in, like, further give one more paper and have further knowledge about that. And in the third year, you also have an option to select the general elective, which also gives you which is beyond your discipline courses. So you have to study, choose a subjects which is not like history or political science for me. So I chose philosophy. So I think it offers you a lot of diversity, and it gives you a general approach towards various subjects. And moreover, one more benefit of taking BA program, if you have not decided your optional, for UPSC exam, optional is a very important part. So it's important that you make an informed choice while selecting that subject. Now you can do your previous research, and if you're quite sure about what you want as your optional and you've previously decided about UPSC, you can definitely go for an honors course because you require that sort of in-depth knowledge about that subject. But in case you haven't thought and you're not sure about which subject do you want for your optional, you can narrow down to two subjects and then study those two subjects at your college level, and then make an informed, conscious decision as in what optional do you want. And definitely that will be a smart choice because you'll be well informed about what you're choosing and where you're putting your feet in. So I think that is how BA program offers
Definitely.
very good.
Most of the time, I feel students are not very sure of, not all of them are rather sure of what do they want to study for their higher studies or their optional. So that's
For example, I think it was the case with me as well. I thought I will take my optional as political science, but when I studied at college level, my interest in history developed further. So I thought, then I changed my decision, and I think I'm much more confident about that decision rather than my political science decision of optional. So I think it definitely helped me to make an informed choice.
That's wonderful. Very nice. Now, coming back again to your college curriculum and college studies vis-a-vis your UPSC preparation. So, how do you manage your time, and how do you, I mean, is it possible to go in for your UPSC coaching as well as do justice to your papers in the college also? How do you manage? Just share a few tips with the students.
Ma'am, honestly speaking about that, while I was in college, the 6 to 8 months of college experience that we did have, uh, in those times, I think I would have said that it would be difficult to manage from the first year itself, because college offers you a plethora of opportunities. Every other weekend, there was a debate tournament, and you were busy in that. You were practicing for that throughout the week, and towards the weekend, there was a tournament, and there were outstation competitions, and beyond that also there's so many fests and events in colleges that are happening. So it's important that you participate in your college life. That should be your priority, because that's what you have enrolled first for. And speaking about UPSC, I think because of the pandemic, we have currently got a little extra time, because colleges are just functioning in terms of classes. And I'm not a part of any society currently, so colleges are just about classes right now. So you can take out 2 to 3 to 4 hours daily for classes easily, if you want to attend your classes as well as prepare for UPSC. But I think while one is in college and it's a physical experience of college, it will be slightly difficult to make that sacrifice of the amazing college life that the college will give you, and then opt for coaching and all of that. So it will be a little hectic, but it's not impossible. It is possible. I've seen people doing that along, like while I was in college, people were also doing their coaching and being part of college as well. So it's not impossible, but it depends on how well you want to prioritize or manage, and like what is your decision on that.
Definitely, I agree with you. The very balanced approach is something that is needed. Sometimes you will have to sacrifice and leave the things out that you may want to do in order to balance your academics as well as your coaching and future career plans. Definitely. So I wish you all the best for your future journey and really hope that you make it to UPSC and be our speaker once again on the channel. That how did you ace your UPSC? With all the best wishes. Thank you so much, Ishika, for sparing your time and also for giving your inputs. I'm sure it is going to help us. And for our students, I request you to keep sharing and liking the video if you feel the videos are of help to you, and this is going to help other students as well.